I don't hate Will Byers, but I sure don't like Will Byers. This kid has been a huge talking point online as of late, and it's not always talk painting him in a positive light. In fact, from my angle, it seems to rarely be doing so. The hate for Will is at an all-time high as his character crescendos in Season 5. But don't worry, we aren't talking about that now. I wanted to go back, all the way back to Seasons 1 through 4, and get to the bottom of why I might be a small caboose on the hate train. When I did this, I discovered that although there's some dumb reasons people are hating on this character, there are a lot more in-your-face reasons to not feel as deep a connection. When it comes down to it, Stranger Things has used Will wrong for 4 straight seasons. He has operated as either a narrative device or an enemy to our core characters, and when a season ends, it seems like his hinted arc is always shelved. Will Byers feels unlikable not because he is, but because Stranger Things insists on interrupting his chances at growth time after time. They do this to get us to those colossal finales, and I really don't know if I'd do it any different. But sorry, let's talk about Will. Season 1, you might be able to predict why we wouldn't feel as close to Will Byers. That's because we aren't kept as close to Will Byers. Homie disappears in episode 1, after that not showing up for more than a minute on screen until the final episode. He's gone before we know who he is. And now, we still care about the kid. The emotional weight of his disappearance is carried by Joyce, Hopper, and everyone else. But he exists as more of a problem to solve rather than a person to follow. Even the scenes we are shown of him in the Upside Down are more for scare purposes rather than to show Will's resolve. And that's a shame, man, because his resolve was insane. Surviving in the Upside Down for that long, I mean, the kid was moving. We could have learned his personality rather than just his fear. But alas, we needed a good-ass story, and a missing kid can help with that. And that's the thing, like, he's a narrative focus more so than a character, but it works. He's the engine for a plot that feels so intimate, partly because they keep us away from Will. We're told to care so much about him that he plays flawlessly as a story presence, raising the stakes and setting up the big moment of returning home. Still doesn't change the fact that we don't know this guy. Maybe we'll learn about him in Season 2. Not likely. In Season 2, they strip away his real self pretty quick. He starts actually hanging out with the group, which is awesome, seeing how he fits the dynamic. Then, unfortunately, he becomes the guy to start the story again. We need Will's connection to the Upside Down to make these worlds collide. That's fine. It's just crazy looking back, because we don't even wait 1 episode to say, yep, this guy's still going to be a plot device. Guys, he was already a plot device for a whole season. I sat there, trying to look past this, and instead towards who they were going to make Will Byers into, and they didn't make him into anybody. They just abandoned his personality entirely. He turns very cold, metaphorically and physically, becoming an emotionless statue until he's converted into a literal spy for the enemy. Yeah, wonder why we don't like Will as much? Dude was literally working against Hawkins for half a season. It doesn't matter if it's not the real him. We don't know who the real him is. There's only a few moments of his true self peeking through the Mind Flayer's control. We spend most of the season interacting with the villain through a character we aren't familiar with. I mean, obviously we're going to feel alienated from this guy. They should have factored this in, because in the finale, not knowing Will hurts the episode. All the other party members get a cry-worthy ending with their significant other or Nancy. Will, he just gets to dance with some random girl. It feels so empty compared to everyone else. This finale accidentally reinforces Will as the odd one out going into Season 3. No way they can keep fucking this up. Well, I am going season by season here, so as you can imagine, yeah, they can keep fucking this up. Season 3, we actually get the real Will for the entire season. You'd think that'd be the perfect opportunity to give him the needed attention to make him more likable. Instead, now it's angsty teen Will. We full skipped over his kid self, and now he's growing up. Okay, fine, I can deal with that. Just focus on making his teenage pain understandable. The last thing we want is this whiny annoyance of a personality before we've seen anything else. As you can imagine, this is exactly what they go for. Will becomes insufferable this season. Apparently, the real Will never wants to grow up. On paper, you can make this character work if we're cheering for Will as much as the people he's mad at, but we never are. We love Mike and Elle's relationship. We aren't going to prey on their downfall. And the only way we see the boys growing up is with the girls in their lives. These girls that we love. Will is solidifying himself as the ugly duckling because he's acting as an obstacle for our favorite relationships to progress. How can we cheer for this guy? The whole idea of waiting to grow up also doesn't go anywhere either. It reaches a breaking point, then Will just gets distracted. He feels chills and goes right back to this emotionless fight or flight from episode 3 on. Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot to mention. All I talked about for this season plays out within 3 episodes. The writers are not spending enough time on Will, and right when he seems like he's going to grow, either the season ends or the stakes get too high for us to care. I think season 4 had this in mind. In this season, we go much deeper on his journey of jealousy and what that means in terms of sexuality. We start to really understand Will's emotions, which tend to flare up a lot. They try to play a lot of this jealous attitude into hinting at romantic love for Mike. That could have helped us empathize for Will eventually, but it doesn't really go anywhere. So much of his thoughts are left unspoken, and attention is always taken elsewhere. His emotional reveals always feel slightly unbalanced, partly because you can see that they're so focused on giving him real qualities, and also because you don't feel bonded to him on that level. As the season moves forward, you start to understand more so his character is headed in a positive direction here, and the more that we'll see, the more we'll care. So finally, on a positive note, season 5 could be huge for Will Byers. I won't spoil anything, but it does seem like this season is big for little Will. I have many thoughts on whether or not the direction they're taking him is working or not, those of which I will talk about in the new year. All I can say for now is they are walking a tough line. You'll have to see what I mean in part 2. Going back over Stranger Things was an overwhelmingly positive experience. It's a shame that not every aspect could be. Will Byers' character has just been straight up done wrong thus far. A missing object in season 1, a villain conduit in season 2, a wasted arc in season 3, and in season 4, at least they're trying. I believe by the time I see Will as a real person, as much as I see all those other characters as such, the chance for deep emotional investment will be long gone. Will had a late start, and it's going to be hard to make it up from here. Anyway, all that's left for me is a warning. Next time you hear somebody shit-talking Will Byers, don't immediately assume the worst. They might just have a little bit of evidence to back that claim. And with that, thank you, Jason. Specifically you, Jason. And of course, everybody else who watched this one, thank you. Yes, I had a great time getting to go back over the show. I was happy to know that there is a lot of concrete reasons why I shouldn't like Will Byers. And what I meant to say was hello and welcome to the final stretch. First off here, I just wanted to say thank you. All of you guys have been super amazing, and we're getting really close now to a huge milestone on YouTube, which is the 1,000 subscribers mark, and for myself is also going to be monetization. That means I'm making money. You probably know that word. That's right, though. When we hit 1,000 subscribers, we'll officially be monetized, and ladies and gentlemen, I could not have done it without you. I really love doing this, and getting to put these videos on for an audience is a real dream for me. So yeah, to celebrate continuing doing this and crossing this big finish line, I'm going to announce a giveaway. That's right, actually kind of 2 giveaways. First, we have the adventure book. And no, I am not giving this book itself away. What I'm giving away is your name, right? Whoa. Sorry, but you get your name in here. That's what you get. If you are already subscribed or you subscribed right now and comment this word above on the bottom of this video or any of the videos with this announcement, your name will be included in this book on that page that I just had open. But wait, there's more. Not only will being subscribed and commenting this word under one of these videos get your name in this book, but it'll also enter you into a raffle. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, a raffle. One of the last people before we hit 1,000 subscribers and that entries close will be randomly selected in 2026 to win either a $20 movie gift card or $20 worth of DVDs of your choice. That's right. Yeah, no, it's not huge right now. Yep, we do have a couple new ones to add in here this video. Yeah, so first this week on here, I'll try to get closer because you couldn't really see it last time. We have Noodle Soup 34. Again, if I butcher any of these, I'm sorry. We have Starling Yoshi, and we have Might Be Andres. Thank you all. That means you guys are officially in the raffle, so I will be contacting you in 2026 if you do win. But yes, you heard me right. All you have to do is comment this word under this video and be subscribed, and you will get your name in the book for eternity, as well as in this raffle for a $20 movie theater gift card or $20 worth of DVDs. Again, I just want to give a huge thank you to my current subscribers or anybody watching this video for helping us get so close to this milestone and giving us the little push through the finish line here.
More info on the giveaway in the description.
But yeah, I think we're done here. So, deuces.
Should I stay or should I go? If you say that you are mine, I'll be here till the